All right, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, we have 341 stories. Check them out. Covers everything. Hope you enjoy them. Here's one that's interesting. It's racial overtones on this one. It really is. I work in a top step, and I had a lot of people working for me. I had an assistant who was a supervisor, and he was a black guy, and a great guy. Oh my God! I'm going to say it's black because this is a racial story. Okay, kind of chicken-esque, really. He was a very good bowler, and all departments have bowling teams that compete against other police entities every year. They're called the Police Olympics. They run all over the state. Okay, so he wanted to be on the bowling team, on our unit's bowling team. So he applied for the team. He didn't know at the time, but the guy that's putting the team together, and I knew the guy from years ago, kind of a little, didn't like blacks, didn't like any minorities for that matter. He didn't like me. I didn't like him because he didn't like me because of what I was, skin color. But he wasn't in my command. I could care less. I just ignored him. Well, he went to try out for the bowling team. Now, I'm not a bowler, but I only assume that if you're going to have 10 guys or whatever amount of 8 guys on a bowling team, the highest scores make the team. Numbers don't count. Numbers don't lie, right? I mean, this is the Olympics where they're skaters and it's all up to the interpretation. This is raw numbers, okay? So he went there, and he had 2 or 3 other blacks try for this team, okay? I'm saying blacks because it came out that way, not because it was intentional. So he came back and he says, "Man, I think a couple of us made it because, you know, we bowled a bunch of games and he averaged like 267 or something, good bowler, I mean, you know, and I know my buddy was with me, we're top scorers and all that." Okay, fine. And talking to the other bowlers and, you know, couldn't find anybody that was to match. Well, the list came out. They weren't on it, okay? So he knew a couple of guys that made the team. In fact, one of the guys, white guys that made the team, called him and said, "This isn't right, man." I said, 2 spots that made it were way below you 2 guys' scores. So this guy's handpicking a team, and I don't think blacks or minorities are allowed. So he came to me and told me that. I said, "No, man, this is wrong. What are you going to do? It's off-duty stuff, you know. Guy's an a-hole, he's an a-hole." Well, I thought the purpose of having a team to compete against other departments was to win, okay? So we sat down for a while, went to lunch, and then he's a real nice guy. He wasn't going to get mad. He went. I said, "You know, we both agree. You know what? The best thing to do is get even. I told him, once you form your own team, because I played the Olympics before." And he goes, "Some agencies, big ones, have 2 or 3 teams of all sports. They'll have 2 baseball teams. They'll have 2 or 3 softball teams because they have so many officers." And you get each coach will get their team to try to win. They want to win the gold and the silver, whatever. I'm going to do that. Do it. Put it out right now because you got plenty of time. So he put out a thing through the department that he wanted to have a bowling team. So a lot of people came. And I told him, and we both agreed. And I went down to one of his evening after work. I went down to see one of his his tryouts. And of course I'm Mexican. He's black. Well, this is going to be a team with the best scores. I mean, you come in here, you get Martians come in here. If they can bowl, they're going to make it, okay? So here they come, you know, all kinds of people, okay? Well, we found out some of these guys had been on the original team, or tried for the original team, they didn't make it, okay? So they're bowling, right? And I'm watching the scores up there, you know, and because they got part of the bowling alley because they told them they were police, so they let these guys, without any charge, get their team together. You know, all the guys were bowling, they're basically straight scores, you know. Well, I'm looking at these scores, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, the average score was like 268. 271, 253. I mean, unbelievable. I'm lucky if I can break 200, 179. I think I peak out anyway. So you look up at the names, you see, you know, a couple of Z's, you know, Latinos. You see a couple of words like, you know, like the black names like Brown and Smith that would be black people. And again, I'm saying this because there's a racial story. Cool. So then it didn't take long. It doesn't take long to see who's going to be on the team. You look at the scores. This is the final, you know, audition. So you don't have to wait like the other one. He waits 3 or 4 days. You know why he waited? So that people would forget that they were even part of the team. No, he went over and they sat down with a couple of guys. They came back and they go, "Okay, here's a list. Here's the guys that made it." Boom, boom, boom. Gee, isn't that funny? I think it was 8 guys, 8 or 10. I'm not sure. There was like 1 white guy and like 4 Mexicans and like 6 blacks or something like that. It was a nice mix. Okay, but why? Because they're the top numbers. This is not complicated, okay? Anyway, so now they go try to get the story down. Now they go to competition, the games, okay? And they play different departments. They have like a round robin, you know, you double elimination, and then you're out. Well, Mr. White Guy team didn't even make the first day. They got beat out the first day. Why? Because you didn't pick the best bowlers, did you? You picked white bowlers, okay? Big mistake if you want to win those medals. And so my guy, all the way to the end, got a gold. Okay, so now they have it's not a convention center, but they have a huge auditorium where everybody meets they have vendors there, and they also have a stage where they give awards every day. They're all day long. They're giving awards they have dog handling, they have rodeo, they have motocross, all kinds of stuff going on all day long. They're giving awards out because as the games start to get through the week, some of the sports are early in the week, some are late in the week. So the early sports are getting medals, and that's where the bowling was. So he says he's up there with his team, and they got the goal. They're all excited, the best in the state. And he looked over at all the bowlers are there, all the competitors. He looked at Mr. White Guy. He looks at him. He goes like this, holds it, and he goes, puts it over his neck, and they all waved at him and walked off. Ultimate revenge, right? Beat him. It was awesome. He was all excited. He came to me. He said he wanted me to share this. I said, no. He wanted me to be there with pictures. No. It's your baby. We just brainstormed this. It wasn't kind of my idea, but it really wasn't. But I kind of, you should do this. And he didn't even know he hadn't competed before. He didn't know you could have multiple teams. Like, get out there and do another one. So they won 2 or 3 years in a row, and then they got beat by other agencies, not our agency. And this guy tried a couple of years. Mr. White Guy, call him, didn't, because you can't do that. You can't. No. Okay. But interesting though. Very interesting. I thought it was pretty cool. He thought it was pretty cool. He's very happy about that and very proud. He framed it and everything, which he should. This is a very good accomplishment, and they won one for himself, one for his guys, and anybody that had been pushed out because of the wrong color. It's one of a few racial stories I saw. It's out there obviously, but very interesting. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry it took so long. See you next time.